Welcome to another PSA Reveal from PC Sportscards. This is Josh with PC Sportscards. We have a cool submission. This is an economy submission, $50 a card, sent in on 10/10 and back completed 1 month later. So that's great for $50 a card. If you haven't seen our channel before, we do reveals on PSAs, PSA orders, BGS orders, we do hobby news, and we tell you what we think of cards people are sending in and what we think you should do with those cards. If you're into that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button and click the little bell so you can get alerts. One thing we really like is to have interactive videos, so we want you to tell us what you think about what we're saying, agree, disagree, whatever it is, we want to talk to you about it. So first card up, Jonathan Kloss, Purple Refractor Auto, got a PSA 9. This is not a card I'd be sending in at the $50 level. I would be sending that in closer to the $18 level, just based on the price. If it gets to 10 and I somehow get an upcharge on it, so be it. I also don't need that card back for a long time, so I'm not really rushing to send it in. I'm okay getting that card back in January, February, so 2 or 3 months more from now, I'd rather have the lower dollars spent on that card. Mac Jones Silver would have been good if he was actually playing good, but he's not. Trey Lance, I love these downtowns. I love the velocity stock that they use for them. Some of my favorite cards, all the velocities. On St. Brown, PSA 10. Obviously, the guys that sent these cards in know what they're looking for. In this order, 85 or 86% of the cards are either 9s or 10s, which is what we expect. Jalen Waddle downtown. Made an enormous dynasty trade for Jalen Waddle in my fantasy league. I actually picked up Donta Foreman after the injury, after the trade of McCaffrey. I traded him and Pollard for Waddle, which is a steal in the dynasty league. I'll have Waddle forever for somebody that's not a starter and somebody that won't be a starter. So pretty happy about that, and it's going to help me make a run for the playoffs this year. Jamar Chase, Justin Fields, Silver, really tough grade. This card is absolutely on fire. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. We have 4 topics to talk about. We have some low-grade cards we're going to try to look over and see if we can find what was wrong with them. I mean, some of these cards, a lot of these cards make sense. The football cards make a lot of sense to send in at $50 a card, so you know you're getting them back during the season. Unfortunately, Mac Jones has struggled, but on the flip side, like we were talking about, you have Justin Fields. Justin Fields has been absolutely on fire right now. And if you look, his cards in the last month are up 250% for a raw, 50% nearly for a PSA 10. I think that PSA 10 should actually be worth $500, maybe even more based on what raws are worth and how hard it is to get a PSA 10. But if you were to ask me if I'm buying, selling, or holding Justin Fields, I would sell a card like this, and I would take the money from this card and buy somebody else that might be a little bit down. I'm not chasing Fields right now because I don't need to. Again, I talk a lot about speculating and not investing, nothing long-term with this stuff. I'm talking about speculating, and the speculation on Fields hit right now. So unless I have something rare, I'm going to get rid of it so I can get something else that I think I can make money on. So who's down right now? Who's not playing so well? Can I get rid of that Silver Fields and turn that into a Herbert of some sort? Can I get a Burrow of some sort? Can I get another guy that might be underperforming in some way or in a rough situation? Maybe Josh Allen, now we don't know what happened with his UCL yet, but now that he's hurt, is there an opportunity to buy Josh Allen's at a discount while moving Justin Fields, right? Sell the stuff that is hot, buy the stuff that is cold. That's usually the best way. This is cool. Don't see these a lot. Series 1 GPK, Atom Bomb, PSA 6. Obviously the centering on that's bad, and you can see that it's already getting stained. Bruno Fernandez Gold. So soccer I'm not really the best with, but to me, soccer is great to be selling right now because we got the World Cup coming up. So you're selling into the heat of that market. If you could sell into a hot market and buy a cold market, heck, if you're going to sell those football guys, maybe you start buying baseball. Maybe you start buying the basketball guys that can get hot that are down a little bit. You could spread it out. You don't have to stay in the same sport. Pulisic. No, he's good. Pulisic. Auto, PSA 8. You can see that corner down there has some white on it, so that's an obvious giveaway. That's not going to be a gem. Got another Pulisic 8. These thicker cards I would consider sending to BGS just because I think I can get a better grade on them there. I can get a 9 or an 8.5 on something like that. PSA, if they see one big problem, they really knock you. BGS with the subgrades makes it a little bit easier to get a little bit higher of a grade. Holland base. Finally know his name. Alexander Arnold. And again, these make sense to... I don't know the values, right? But these make sense to send in at $50 right now because the plan is to get them back before the World Cup. And you're doing that. So that if that was the goal, Lewandowski Orange, this is probably a good card. So that makes sense to do that. Basketball that's coming back. Like, I mean, this I think is actually a huge card. I think this actually got upcharged. So this is probably a huge card, but it's a 9. SGA, he's on fire right now. Another guy into the beginning of the basketball season. That's why you send that in at the higher level, right? The big sport I wouldn't be spending big money on to grade right now is baseball. Basketball, football, even soccer, I'm okay sending it at a higher level. We got a 6 here. Let's see. I haven't looked any of these cards over prior to doing the video, so I have to. If I see something, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to look right now to see if I can find what the flaw is real quick. It gets hard to see it in the slab. It's a lot easier when it's out of the slab. My guess is that there's a hairline wrinkle that I'm just not getting the right angle on it. That's my guess on that card. I can't really see it right now. And a cool Weston McKennie. All right, next topic. Got Emmanuel Quickly. Should you sub super short prints of less desirable guys? Good question, right? We talk about this a little bit. The whole idea of grading cards to make money, again, I'm talking about in a speculative way, not investing long term, not who do I want to collect, but if you're doing this to make money, should you spend the money and take the risk on somebody like this? Is there value there? This looks like there is, right? $170. PSA 10 sells for nearly $600. There's profit there. It looks like a relatively easy grade. 7 of 11 are PSA 10s. The one thing I would look for is what do PSA 9s sell for? There are no sold PSA 9s, so I can't look. But if a PSA 9 sells for like 140 to 160, so I'm losing money plus my grading cost for getting a PSA 9, I'm not sending it in. If I'm losing half my money, so say a PSA 9 is $200, I would consider sending it in. I would make sure that I do a little bit more research, and I make sure that I want to send in cards that I know, and I'll show you this later, someone will buy for a premium, right? By the way, one of the main reasons that I did this video is that the last 3 cards in the video are actually mine. Devin Vassell, PSA 9. So I wanted to show you the 3 cards that I sent in. Some cool stuff. McCaffrey Black. One of them I probably shouldn't have sent in for the $50 order, but I got a 10, so I was okay with it. I'm able to send more cards in when it comes to the higher values because I'm very good at looking cards over. Like Cameron Thomas, did you think that he was going to get really hot? Like I don't know who he is, right? I know a lot of basketball players. I don't know who Cameron Thomas is. So the reason you would send it in is if you think he's going to be hot out of the gate. If not, these are cards that I definitely would be sending in at the $18 level. Because if he gets hot, it's going to be at the end of the year, not right away. So, luckily the biggest one out of all of them, Optic Gold, hit. But the rest didn't do so hot. That may pay for the sub. I don't know. Belichick. It's a cool card. But again, there's no risk in value going down on Bill Belichick. So unless it's a value thing, and that's why you sent it in, then I would be sending that at a cheaper level, depending on the price of the card. Luka rookie auto. Yeah, you're going to have to send this in because of the value. Again, a tough one. Thick card's tough. Select rookie Herbert. All of these, I understand why the people sent them at 50. You want them back for the season, right? You want these guys back in the season, so if they get hot, you can make your money on them. Mahomes downtown. Mahomes Silver. I think I'm an outlier on Mahomes Silvers, guys. Is it time to get more of these? I don't. They're down to $3,000. Like if PSA 10s drop to like $2,000, $2,500, like I can't imagine that being a bad buy. It's such a hard grade. This one doesn't have like the surface issue. It's such a hard grade and such an actual like iconic type card that looking at these numbers, I would send that in every single time. I would probably send it in at the $30 level instead of the $50 level. Just because I don't know if they're going to upcharge me. It's close enough to $500. I don't know if I'm going to get upcharged, and if I do, so be it. But look at PSA 10s. And I have up there the BGS 95s. Hell, if you can find BGS 95s for $1,300, buy 3 of them, crack them, and send them in. You might, all you need to do is to go 1 for 3 to make money. That might be a strategy to make money. If you find clean, solid subgrade BGS 95s, crack and send in to get PSA, 1 out of 3 is pretty solid chances at that. So, I don't know. I think that's a speculative opportunity for somebody. Am I going to do it? Probably not. I don't have the time to do it right now. Guys, think about how many, I didn't even realize this. I think we're at like 10 Mac Jones so far in this order. Davis Mills. I get why you sent it in. You took your risk. You shot your shot. Right? I get it. You shot your shot. But a lot of these ones hurt. And all 9s. This part of the order is a little rough. Donruss. See, like this, no matter what, I'm at $30. Maybe even 18. Like, I don't care. There's just so many of them. You're not beating anybody to this. Like, yeah, I think this is a mistake at 50. Jordan Love, he's got a shot to play now. What's up with Rodgers? More Mac Jones. We got a lot of downtowns in this order. Lots of football. So overall, I think that customers sent in the right cards for most of this order. I mean, I think that people obviously missed small things or took a little bit of risk and didn't hit the cards that they thought they were going to hit. 2 a hollow, got 2 is on fire. So like it makes sense to send the quarterbacks. We talked about that. And you should use this for basketball now, right? It makes sense to send some stuff at $30 or $50 at basketball instead of 18, so you can get it back All-Star break. You can get it back going towards the playoffs when guys are getting hot, right? You can get that stuff back at the right time. Herbert Hollow, great card. So if you can get that stuff back at the right time and you can make your money, it's good. Pick your guys right now to send that stuff in, but also pick your guys for the $18 level. Pick your guys for the $30 level. Not all of these need to be 50. I would not be, like right now, I'm not sending football in at this level, right? Right now, I don't know if it's worth sending football in at this level. Again, I think this was a very fast return. I'm not sure that this is going to be consistently a 1 month for economy. If it is, that's amazing. More Mac Jones. Oof. Kenny Pickett. This is a great one. This is probably one of the first XRCs that are back. Going to make money on this. Jalen die-cut white prism. Not numbered. You must have Jalen. Must have die-cut prism. Die-cut select in every order. Sweet card to a Sapphire rookie. Mac Jones. All right, guys. We're getting out to my card. Well, first we're going to get to some sweet PMGs. PSA 7. Who cares? Don't see a lot of PMGs. This one is numbered 39 of 50. 1998 Edgar Golden Anniversary Refractor. That's cool. It's got the gold signature. Numbered 3 of 5. Wow. Serial numbered card from the 90s, numbered 3 of 5. That is sick. All right, now my cards. First up, Kobe Select Courtside PSA 10. Guys, this card has been sitting in a top loader for 7+ years. I've had this card move from my apartment in the city to my house on Long Island to my office, and I've never sent it in, didn't care about it, was going through my stuff again. I'm like, oh, this looks clean. I got to send this thing in. $100 raw. This is so rare. It is extreme. Like look at this. This is when Courtside was actually extremely rare. There's only 55 of them graded. This is the 44th PSA 10. This is an insane card that you never, ever see. And I'm going to make a decent chunk of money on it. A PSA 9 is probably $200. I'm going to make a decent chunk of money on this card. Next up, Ant-Man Genesis. Thought this had a really good shot at a 10. Unfortunately, it didn't. I think it had such a good shot, I'm probably going to try it again. And then Luka, PSA 10 Genesis. This one, again, I probably should have sent this at either 18 or 30, but I didn't care, and I wanted it back for basketball season. So I sent it in at the more expensive level and got it back. So, guys, let us know what you think. Happy to talk about everything that we did, why I sent the cards in that I did. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.